Hello everyone and happy Sunday. It is January 30th and I'm going to go over my intraday trading with SPY on Friday. I am on the 3-minute chart and do a quick overview here. Trading intraday SPY with the Strat. And also using the 8 and the 21 EMA, exponential moving average. So let's look at the start of the day. I never trade, well, I shouldn't say never, but very rarely do I trade in the first 15 minutes of the bell. I like to watch and get direction and see how the market is going to move for the morning. So what I do is I set the opening range of 15 minutes. I'll put a line here at the bottom of that. This is the 3 minutes, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candle. I'll do the opening range there on that 5th candle, and it did make it to the top, so the opening high was the 15 minute there. So there's my range that I like to watch as well during the day to see how SPY reacts to that opening range. All right, so the first opportunity that I was watching is once SPY made this here, kind of consolidated on that bottom range. And another thing, I normally don't trade in the range. I wait to see a breakout. But if I do, it's going to be very quick. Quick scalps if I trade anything within the range. All right, so, and another thing I watch for is when the 8 and the 21 cross, I look for opportunities there as well to get in a trade. So as you can see, we see some little consolidation here right around the bottom range. And the first opportunity I started watching is when it crossed here. So we had a two down here at the bottom of the range, then a 2 up, and another 2 up. That's barely a 2 up, and then another 2 up. It crossed, and then another 2 up. I normally don't play 2-2 continuations, so I didn't get in that. I was looking to see if we can get a reverse here, and then maybe jump into play there once it crossed, but I didn't. So I just kept watching, and as you can see, came back down a little bit. Had an outside bar here that didn't go anywhere really, just broke down back to the south and came back within those MA ranges. So I continued to watch. Had an inside bar here, kind of broke to the bottom. I didn't play that. It was too quick. So here's another one that I started watching. We had a 2 up and then an inside bar. And then that inside bar broke down, and the EMA almost crossed the red again. But when that's changed to this candle, it did not cross here, but it almost did. But it also gave a two, oh, an inside two. This is a 1, 2, 2 reversal. So I was watching this when it started to when it broke here, and it started to reverse. I waited till it got above this 2 here and above this 8 EMA, and I entered a trade right here at the break of this 2, right at that where it almost crossed. Now, once I'm in a trade, I will stay in that trade until I get a close below this 8 EMA. So if you watch, broke out of the range here, never closed above it, below it. Also, if you missed that, once it got to that high of the day range, a little consolidate here, and here's you another opportunity where you got an inside bar. You could have entered right here once that next candle broke the inside, the high of that inside bar, and you could have followed it as well for a nice little scalp there. And as you can see, it did not close below that 8 EMA till we got all the way to the high of the day at that time. And then we saw some consolidation a little bit at the high. Then we had another candle here where it tried and it pulled, and then we had a close. This is where I exited right here. When I saw this close on this inside bar here, so I closed. That was a nice little run there. Then we got into the midday chop. So I didn't do anything during this time. Just watched. I was actually looking to see if we could get another run at that high of the day at the time for another another long entry. But as you can see, that didn't happen at that time. But here was a really nice short setup that I'm hoping some of you guys capitalized on. So right here, we had an inside, then a 2 up, and it reversed. Then we had an outside bar where it took out the high of the previous and the low. So the bulls were trying to push this higher, get toward the high of the day, but got shut down. Bears shut that down. And then the next candle, the bulls tried again and got shut down again. And we had 2 outside where the bears completely shut down the buyers. So the next candle, we had a reverse and a cross. So if you went short right here, this was an opportune time to get into this short play right here. This is my next play right here. So I bought some puts, and again, just watched it. 2, 2, 2 continuation all the way down. Never even got close to that 8 EMA. Little consolidate here. Here, tested it. Here, I was out. So another nice play. This one was really nice. These two outside. Uh, Knew that was going to be an explosive play there. All right, so for the last play of the day, once the Bears saw some exhaustion here, the Bulls started to step back in. We had a couple of inside consolidation candles, one outside where the Bears sellers tried to push it down, but the buyer stepped in, pulled it back up. Again, a little consolidation here. Buyers and sellers fighting. Another little small. This almost was an inside. Another little two up. Then we had another outside bar where the buyers really stepped in, pushed the price back up. The next candle broke out. Another two up. Another two up. Two up. Here we can see I was watching for that cross. And we had another two up. And after this 3-bar here, where the sellers really stepped in, I got in this trade again. I bought some calls here when it broke this, and I watched it in this little consolidation zone here where there's a lot of price volume. So I was a little worried about this one. I watched it closely. But as you can see, it never did close again below that 8 EMA. So especially once it broke this volume right here, I felt really good about it. Then we almost pulled back here. That almost stopped me out. If it would have closed anywhere in here, yeah, I would have been out. But this drop right here was almost back to my break even, and I would have been stopped out. But luckily, I was able to stay in it. And again, like I said, barely closed above, but then as you can see, it never closed below it for the end of the day. I actually got, I'm not sure, but I got out of this trade somewhere, I think right around this bar here. But again, if you missed where it crossed here, there were some more opportunities. You can see this two down reverse. Could have got in there, or this other outside bar would have been another opportunity to get in. You could have got in at this inside bar here, but it might have faked you out. But again, that's how I play the SPY intraday on a 3-minute with the Strat using the 8 and 21 EMA crosses. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you guys ever have any questions, just give me a shout on the Discord, and I'll see you all Monday. Have a great Sunday.